So I covered this last night with saran wrap, and I was a little worried it would be really dry, but nope. It's still spreadable. I'm still going to add a little bit of water and some more paint. Video that inspired this Venetian plaster, faux Venetian plaster mix, she added a little water and I think a lot more paint than I did the first coat. So I'm going to go ahead and pour more of my paint in there to see if that gives me a finished texture, finished like feel that's less joint compound. We want to get it thin because if you put it on too thick, you risk it cracking later. So hopefully this will keep that. Holding the bucket between my feet a little bit. Joint compound water. Already, I've been applying some of it right here, that second coat, and I like the way it's coming out. Still a little nervous about the final coat, but we'll see. I do know that sometimes when we have patches, because we are DIYers, and like right now we have 2 other projects that we need to get started in like week or 2 that are our personal projects that we actually have to do. We just don't have the time to like sit here taping and muddy. So if I can figure out a strategy to get around some of that painstaking sanding between coats and recoating, then this will really set us up for future projects. So hopefully it works. And so far it kind of looks, I like what I see, but I am still a teeny bit nervous. Second coat was actually a lot harder to apply because I put too much water and too much paint in. But it dried, it looked a lot better, and it did a great job of hiding the different textures that were on this wall that were really extreme. And you could see where now we were getting a smoother wall. Now though that I'm approaching the third coat, and I didn't get a lot of in-between footage because at this point I was just over it and kind of tired, I realized that I will likely just have to paint this wall because I'm not going with a color. Like, this would be a very Venetian plaster look. I can see it working if I had chosen a color for this bathroom. But this bathroom, and in general, the house is really small. And unless you're going to really lean into dark colors and kind of, it's a vibe that you're creating, I try to stay away from darker colors in smaller rooms. It's not really my design aesthetic. I love it when I see it. I just don't know how to do it. So that's not something I was going to do in this bathroom. I didn't want to take that kind of risk. So I'm just going to paint it with the white on top of it. And now we don't see the different patchworks. We see a finished smooth wall, which is what we wanted. And I'll get an update when we return to this project. One of the challenges for me as a DIY tape and mutter is that the sanding in between coats and not over sanding, and also matching the different textures if there is a different texture. And when there's different textures, it's difficult to match them. So this method, while actually wasn't as fast as I thought it was going to be, it has given me the ability to produce an almost, like that level 5 smoothness without all the sanding and having to match it perfectly. The different patchworks, the different texture, this process made it a lot easier. That's him. Oh, you doing that too.
Real black.
Mm-hmm.